Good evening all. I hope everything's going well back in Britain. Hope the rain isn't pouring too much. The weather has been stunning here for one day out of about the last week. But on that day I was super pumped. I was having such a good day. So I hope it's not too bad back in the Shire. What has been happening? I've been doing a lot of the same jobs recently. So not too much to tell you about the jobs, but some super cool stuff has been happening. Like this one guy I met, I was in the new, so we have a new arrivals tent where all the new people come. And I was ushered over to this one building, this one little room where I met this guy, Mohammed, and he was flat out on his back, looking seriously ill. And so his friends were trying to explain to me that he really wasn't in a good way. And while I was there, his blood started coming out of his nose then. I was like, oh, this isn't that great. So we got him in a wheelchair and wheeled him up to the doctors, which took about probably 5-10 minutes. And he was completely unresponsive. I mean, I was trying to talk to him, squeeze his hand. The most I got was a kind of eye twitch going from there to there. So really nothing. And even at the doctors, he was doing nothing at all. So after about 20 minutes of waiting for him, probably, with the doctors there, apparently I left him. And by this time, we'd got a bit of information that he had shrapnel. So he was from Syria. And his friends were telling us that he had shrapnel in him, which they thought might be the problem. They also thought he might be epileptic, because they knew that he was taking medication back in Syria that he hadn't been able to get here, and that he'd been shaking, spasming out. So that was a bit worrying. So I left him there because I had to go and do some more jobs, left him with the doctors, and half an hour later I see him coming back down to the new arrivals tent with life in his eyes. He gave me a big high five, said hey, like completely different. And I've seen him all around camp, and we always like say hey and have a hug it out. So that was a crazy thing to see. I don't know what those doctors did, but it worked. So that was a really nice, happy story. Not that I don't have any particularly bad stories, I don't think, but the other side of that, the not so nice, I suppose, story was I was working last night. So we do an evening shift from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till midnight, and I did that last night. And my word, so much drama. We had, what did we have? We had these kids were being so annoying, trying to get in the gate where they shouldn't have been, just messing around really, just really annoyingly messing around. So much so that one guy just couldn't bear it, he had to leave. So that's where the egg throwing came in. They had loads of hard-boiled eggs and were just launching them at us. I mean, I was trying to get them to aim for my hand because it kind of diverted it away from my face. But that was quite entertaining. There was also then all the police guys ran out with riot shields to go and detain one guy who had been fighting just outside the gate. And he came in topless with scratches all down his arm, all down here, all down his front. I don't know what they could have been doing. Like if he was in a fight, it must have been the most hardcore girly fight I've ever seen, because it was scratches everywhere. So yeah, that shift was definitely not boring. But then the day before that, I did have a day off, which was cool. So I visited a waterfall actually with some of the guys from another group. We went up to this waterfall and it was beautiful. Loads of olive trees. I mean, I think this island Lesbos has 10 million olive trees. So yeah, there were quite a few, but it was a beautiful waterfall and had a really nice time exploring that. So yeah, really good time. The next few days, I think I'm going to be doing some new jobs, so I'll have a bit more to talk about then. I think I'm going to be working in a clothes distribution place, so that'll be cool. And I expect lots of more of the same crazy stories. So I will keep you up to date. Cheers, guys.